So they were asked to speak to 1.5 hours. I had no clue what to speak for 1.5 hours. There was nothing to speak for 1.5 hours. Right? So that was the challenge. I had to figure out how to fill that 90 minutes. Wealth management, private banking, portfolio management, all of these are very overlapping words. We're not sure what means what. I mean, you ask 10 different clients what is wealth management, and I assure you'll get 10 different answers, right? So let me try to bring out in a very simplistic manner. So I have tried to break down what wealth management means. Basically, wealth management is nothing but growth of someone's wealth over a period of time, and I'll define what I mean by growth, right? Making sure that wealth is also protected from various encumbrances which could come to someone's wealth, right? So someone is worth a lot of money, is worth 50, 100 crores, and there are enough of my clients who are worth that kind of money. How do you make sure that wealth cannot be attached by various circumstances, for lack of a better word? And then how do you make sure that wealth, when it gets transferred from one generation to another generation, happens in a smooth manner? So what both of you had captured was just the portfolio part of it. Wealth management is much more holistic than just managing someone's portfolio, right? This principle, the answer is no. So will your cost go up marginally? The answer is yes. But over a long period of time, does it really impact your wealth creation? The answer is no, to my mind. The other impact is GDP will do better. We are today, what, 31,000 on the Sensex? Yeah? Somewhere between the next 8 to 10 years, 8 to 12 years, will be between 90,000 to 1,20,000. Right? So there's an author, I'm forgetting the name of his, but he written a book called 100 Multi-Baggers, where you identify companies which have gone up 100 times. So this is a quote which he said, which I love. You need to have the vision to see the potential of a company or of a market. 2, the courage to buy. 3rd, the patience to hold. The most difficult part is the 3rd, patience to hold. So we looked at, one of the challenges, and just to address your question, one of the challenges with people say, yeah, all of you talk about long-term inequity, right? Where is the data to show long-term actually works, right? Everyone says equity over long-term supposed to beat inflation, right? So we looked at these 4 funds, Reliance. These are 4 funds we took because they have more than a 20-25 year track record, right? Then we did something called 10-year rolling returns. So this fund came in 1993, right? So the first 10 year would have been when? 2003, because someone had invested in 1993, his first 10 year in 2003, and then you take every day after that and calculate what the returns are and put it in a chart. Is 10-year rolling returns clear? Right? You look at the observation of everyone who had a 10-year experience in the fund, right? And we did for all funds. So the worst 10-year return, which means you had the worst bloody luck in the world, was 11% per annum. Which means 1 crore will become about 3 crores. 1 crore would have become about 3 crores in a span of 10 years. That's the worst possible return, right? The average is 25. What about 22, 25? That's your average performance over a 10-year business. But you need to have the patience to sit through those 10 years, right? Journey from home to here. Okay, so chartered accountant, qualified in 1993. Worked in Kotak for 10 years. I started off in the investment banking group. So I was in Hyderabad. I'm from Hyderabad. Started in investment banking group. So I don't know how many people remember that 1995 Satyam, so-called Info, came with a rights issue. And Kotak was the lead manager to that issue. And I was part of the investment banking team. What I don't tell people, I was a flunk in the investment banking. I used to carry the papers. Okay, काम वाम कुछ नहीं था, right? So you should carry the papers and do it. And then we realized that issue was not selling. because IT hadn't taken a fancy in 1995. It took a fancy in 98, right? So at that point of time, people were not buying Satyam, and Satyam was going at, I think, 50 rupees or 60 rupees as in the rights issue. So we had to force it down people's throat. I wish I had bought, because I was retired much earlier, because Satyam did very, anyway. So I was in Hyderabad for about 3 years in Kotak, moved to Bombay in 1997, so I've just completed 20 years in Bombay this year.